Why you see you've got a cold heart. Yo, Smiley, come on, bring that heat like Ignatius.
Monster. If things don't go my way, then I'm gonna have to crunch you. Feed you to my chest, to the tavern where we go soon. I can't wait to see where this is going, what you gon' do. I don't give a damn how you feel, oh boo-hoo. Wait till a fire spit a monster. Shards of the dance floor, Louis V carpet. Fire, Rayzilla, fire. Monster. Shards on the dance floor, Louis V carpet.
Heard he quit way with a clickbait, got paid, I made, I raid viz. Flow like nitrate, my fate is. Show you where my knife blade ends. Better hope we can bring the friends. Dopamine and the dopamine. Crack your skull like an opening. Shard 2X, here we go again. I'm a universe of death and I'm beyond your comprehension. I'll decapitate that fool if he enters my dimension. Alone in my life now, I don't need your permission. Boot all my cheaters out, call that CC suspension. Hair like extension, but without all the excuses. Looking for a top, I've been feeling all your nooses. I don't know when to stop, I'll be violent.
Loving the new content and just trying out Amius myself and trying to get him down.
Nice. Mr. Gestal Gaming over on the little green box right there. How are you doing, sir?
Doing great, man. How you doing, Blazin? How's your weekend, brother?
Doing good. And right up top over there, the king of free to play in the red little box right there, Mr. FinalKenpachi. Ken, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, my friend. How about you? Hopefully you're doing good.
Doing well. Thank you for asking. All right. So guys, we've had a lot of things going on this week. Centranos is out. We've got a whole bunch of new mechanics that we need to worry about. A whole bunch of just a lot of fun stuff, right? And let's talk about the progression that everybody's been having this week, right? Let's talk about, first of all, the content creator question of the week. I'm jumping way too far ahead. I'm actually excited to talk about all this stuff, right? But let's talk about the content creator question of the week. I asked you all, what is your favorite gaming console? And what game do you enjoy playing the most? So I'm going to go ahead and start off with Jay right there.
I've been playing video games since I was 4 years old, and it's been one of my escapes from reality. But it has also taught me a lot of things, just in terms of different like hand-to-eye coordination, thinking outside the box. Honestly, I still love the PS2. It had one of the best RPGs in terms of Japanese converted over here to Western. PS1 was pretty cool too. But I think and Super Nintendo was insane because it took Nintendo to the next level. But I think the N64 was just mind blowing. Like it added 3D, different camera angles, basically a controller that was just kind of seen, not like a typical PS2 or a typical like flat controller. Was all over you had like the thumbstick, you had to do, it was just but it worked, right? And it had like rumble feature. It was just N64 for me, blew my mind. To this day I still love the N64. So
okay. Ken, what about you?
I mean, the first console I played, was a Atari 2600, I believe, the black box, So I played the first video game on this one. Then my dad purchased me fake Nintendo console, I think. Because there was a cassette, I don't know what you guys call that, card or whatever. It was 1 million game in the one thing, but every one of them is copied each other. They just renamed the game over and over again to fill the 1 million. I don't know, I was playing Contra, Pro M2. I don't know which console they are part of. Maybe Jay can have. Yeah, Pro M2, I was with a cousin. The adapter of the console is getting hot. We was putting it on the Refrigerator, the thing is making things colder. I think I said correctly. So yeah. And whenever it get cold, we are playing again. It was good old days. Actually, I bought a Steam Deck recently. And I actually managed to install the emulator on there, so I've over 1,000 old games to play right now.
Okay.
Super excited.
Gestal, what about you, sir? What do you what is your console?
Oh man, it's tough because like I feel like I almost relate like a portion of my life to each console. Like, I mean, I played everything you guys have just named. Obviously, I played some of the weird ones like ColecoVision, even like back in the I think even before Atari 2600. I had a friend that had ColecoVision. In fact, I think I kind of had friends growing up, not gonna lie, that had like the coolest video games or the most video games. Like, I seem to want to go to their houses the most.
Okay.
But I would say get a little outside of the top of the question here, but I think it's either N64 or Xbox that I probably had the most fun playing. I was in my college years then. I can remember sitting, and I played football in college, so like most of the guys I hung out with were like meatheads, like exactly what you would think a football player is, like total meatheads. I was living in the fraternity house with all these football players, sitting there playing Ocarina of Time with about 15 of them in my room watching me play it, man. Like, people loved watching that game. They thought it was awesome.
Okay.
And then GoldenEye, man, we played GoldenEye till I mean, forever. It just whoever was in first place stayed on the stick, and then we would just rotate through, man, nonstop. So like those two games we had so much fun with. But I have to say, man, Xbox and the original Halo, like that came out my last semester in college. I was taking one class basically. We played Halo 24/7, man. That game was it was just so much fun, man. We would play through co-op, we would play through single player, we would play just sniper only. Like, we played everything you could on that game. I'm gonna say Xbox.
Okay. So as for myself, I'm gonna go ahead and say Sega Genesis. I'm gonna go old school, and the game I really, really, really loved playing was Sonic. Kind of me and my wife were the same way. But
You heard the news, by the way?
what news?
Sega is making old classic games, a remake or something like that. There is also Crazy Taxi inside of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's actually at the point where both of my kids, one's 7, one's 8, and they both play Sonic right now. We've got, I got that, what is it, the little thing that came out at Best Buy, the Blueberry box, and yeah, they quite enjoy it, honestly.
Great game.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about everything going on in Raid this week. We've had some fun coming out with this new boss, right? Now let me ask you guys, how far in are you guys in City of Centranos? Jay?
I already have the 3 keys for Amius. I'm in the process of fighting him now. I was thinking of finishing up Plague Home before I hit the Soul Cross, because there's no rush. I usually just show people videos of how to beat each boss, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
I'm using all of my key every day. I beat the boss. It wasn't easy, the main boss. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to get as much as gear as possible, So I'm aiming the bosses. Didn't stack yet, but yeah, didn't reach the S stages yet. So.
Okay. Gestal, what about you?
Yeah, I beat the boss on Friday, and then I just been doing it on stream. So I took the weekend off. I I just did normal keys just to kind of keep it going so I don't miss out on anything. But I did 2 floors on the S1 and S2, man, and it's tough. It's
tough.
definitely tough. Yeah.
Okay. So I have not gotten into Soul Cross. That is my plan for today. I made my way over here. I messed around with Aeneas just a little bit. This is the team I was kind of trying to work with, but not really like sat down trying to figure out because there's a lot of RNG with that. Let's talk about the stages, right? The mob stages, the difficulty of those. Actually, before we get to that, let's talk about the difficulty, because this is supposed to be hard mode. Now, I put out a video earlier this week, and I kind of put my own foot in my mouth. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about it. I know I talked to you guys about it, but the difficulty. Are we finding it challenging? Are we are we spending hours trying to figure out comps and stuff, or is it just kind of like, yeah, we've got a stacked account, we're pretty much good to go? Let's go with Jay first.
So I definitely noticed that Cobble Market is kind of like just easy stuff. There was, nothing too scary. Even if we had to rebuild one champion, we could probably solo all the bosses. The moment you get to Dead Rise or Play Chrome, you start to realize, wow, I'm really restricted. And luckily, because I went for like champions like Timid or Kaja, or I have a specific champion in a specific faction that can solo it, right? Like Frozen Banshee, you can actually do certain things easier. I didn't want to cheese little things like that, so I used other characters like Vlad or like Kaja, but yeah, I just pretty much I noticed that. And as you get even deeper to the back, like the end of Playgrim or Soul Cross, it gets even tighter. You're just like, I don't have that. Like, I mean, I know my Ogrins is one of my few factions that I only have 2 legendaries. I have all the epics, but that's it. So, and sometimes they gate you that you can't even use your Legos. So what if you did have all the Legos, but you can't use them? So it gets very restrictive on that part, and I like it in general.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
I remember like first day, some people saying, "Oh man, it's so easy, it's so easy." I checked I think it was Nubrate video, test server. He showed the like first couple of the stage on the sea. I'm sorry guys, I don't remember their name. Cobble Market, you guys call that?
Yeah.
Synchronos, right? Then he swapped to the Synchronos. Oh man, Synchronos wave is like Heartdoom Tower, 100 plus wave. They are tanky, stuff like that. So I said like, all right, there's gonna be some scale up. Maybe difficult on the Cobble Market is very, very easy, but I'm okay with that, like there's a free reward, more people can get it, right? So I'm totally fine with that, instead of getting like couple of people, more people. Speaking of that, reward is very good. I think we are going to mention that actually. But difficulty is okay. I think it's going to be super challenging, especially when we reach the Synchronos. Boss difficulty was... boss mechanic is weird, man. Like, boss action not difficult, but mechanic is weird.
Yeah, I think the boss has to do. I think it's just where you're gonna bait what ability out.
Yeah.
But Gestal, what about you?
AI smart.
What about you, Gestal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you get in the Cobble Market, you kind of just... I was just throwing champs, whatever champs I had built, pretty much any attack champs or any damage champs in, and you clear it right out, and you're like, your first 8 keys, you kind of stroll right through it. But yeah, as you get deeper, it's certainly harder, and it's seriously the Soul Cross is no joke. I haven't looked too far ahead, but I've certainly, like we were off camera, we were talking about a couple of the different stages with some crazy comps, and we were talking that you need to get the 100 points 5 months in a row to get that mythical champ. I'm a little nervous I'm not gonna get 100, man. Some of those floors are gonna be really difficult. So I think to have I think it's actually in a pretty good place. Like it's given the people who've been playing for a long time and have like a huge collection of champs. an actual reason to use some of these champs. Like I'm pulling out champs like left and right I've never even thought about, and they're coming in and being useful. So I like it. I'm glad they're doing it. And it kind of, I guess, rewards the guys who have been playing the game a long time to, be able to kind of fully get through this content. I think they did a nice job with it, and I think it's also good that they made it easy early, because it also gives, like, my free-to-play account's basically going to probably clear at least Cobble Market. That's great rewards for a 14-month-old account. So. I think it's good, and it gives you a little taste of it, because it's fun. It's fun that you got the map and you can make decisions and stuff. Like, it's just different than, anything else that they've done. So I think they did a nice job with it. I think it's well balanced.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure Jarec will attest to my video. He watched it. Yeah, I walked in, and like day one, I was like, bro, this is weak source. Like, what am I doing here? And to my fault, being such, a pay to win player, I got snapped back into reality pretty quickly, right? Pretty quickly. And I'm starting to do this on Steven's account, and I can see where the challenges lie. 100%. I agree. There's going to be a lot of things here that, we may not complete everything on Steven's account. I can see where I'm starting to be gated behind some things, but, there's one stage that kind of worries me a little bit on the main account, but we'll get into that later. All right. Difficulty wise, it definitely starts to rank up for a lot of the earlier game players, the free to players. But let's talk about rewards. There is a lot, right, between normal and hard. There is a lot of rewards. Now, did you guys go strategically into which floor you're going to take on first because of the rewards? Or did you just say, I'm going to go for the keys first, try to get to Aeneas, and that's it? Jay?
I try to do a mix of both. I try to do pretty much the bosses and things next to the bosses. So, like, charms are nice, right? Getting the keys, of course, is nice so I can get to Amius. But I didn't do every single one. There's no point. If it's like a little baby energy or a little like the lesser oil, don't really, I can just get that. But the greater oil is better, right? So I did try to go for certain things. And the new mythical charm, the one we're gonna use to pull, what is it called, the new resource? I've been going for that one too. But primarily that's what I've been doing, is just attacking bosses, getting the keys, and trying to get everything so I can show people how to fight every stage.
Okay. Ken, what about you being free to play? I know that's a big thing, rewards and resources.
Oh, we are talking about reward right now?
Yeah.
Bro, reward is crazy good. Like, seriously good, man. Like, there is like 15 biggest, like, I cleared one stage today. I don't know which one was that. They give me like 15 biggest white potion. Like, that's crazy, like it's just one normal room, not even boss stage, The only thing is bother me, I'm still getting 5-star gear from ultra end game content. Man, like, I start hating 5 number because of this game. Like, seriously, like, I'm trying to delete it. If my password is a 5, I'm deleting, I'm switching 6 or whatever. But beside that, yeah, reward is very good. I really enjoy the content so far. In my first 3 day, I try to reach the red keys because I like to attack the boss as much as possible. So I killed the boss now, so I'm doing the normal boss, little boss, double boss, whatever you called it. I'm trying to get some gear there, but most of the time it's obviously 5-star. Even the mythical ore we are getting right now, at least on the cobblestone and the one starting with the D, Deadland, I think. Mm-hmm. I think it still give you 5-star. Maybe Cintronos gonna give you a 6-star. But yeah, reward is actually was higher than what I was expecting. So let me quickly ask you guys a question. We can clear both of the rotation, both of the difficulty in a month, right? We can clear all of them, right?
Correct.
Both normal and hard. Pretty good, man. Like reward is seriously good. Beside the Doom Tower, there's a one thing is I really don't like it about Doom Tower. You know, like you mentioned earlier, BLAZIN. This new content give us reason to build the champion, not like stupid secret room. I'm sorry guys, but secret room reward are so stupid. Champion, especially hard secret room champion, are so stupid, man. Like definitely doesn't worth any single effort after you get, especially after you get Romanto, which is get Romanto on the rotation one, easiest one, right? But in here, yes, rotation gonna be changed every month, but obviously they are gonna repeat it, right? So it's definitely worth to build champion for this new content, even for single room, to be honest, because reward is very rewarding.
Okay. Gestal, what about you?
Yeah, I went straight for the 3 keys and right for Amius. I just I was looking forward to getting into trying them out, so I went right for it. Now I probably will go into Soul Cross because I feel obviously the best rewards are up there, but I think it'll give me some time to basically beat all of that, and if I run into an issue or whatever, then I can go kind of flush out some of the other parts of the map and then go back to try to grinding it, just so I don't miss a reset or miss out on some keys. So that's kind of my thoughts moving forward on it.
Okay. So for myself, after I stopped whining about how easy this was, I went right for the bosses. Because I figured that's going to be the most challenging, right? Clearing up these regular stages, I was like, no, it looked pretty easy and the rewards were okay, but I wanted the bosses, I wanted the gear from the bosses, I wanted to see the interaction that I was going to be able to have with them. Overall, though, and that was one of the things I said in the video is I thought the rewards were kind of meh. And again, for an account like mine, pay to win, the rewards are decent, not great. The mythical ore is good. The mythical charms are great. The gear is great. As for everything else, I pretty much have everything on farm. So, I didn't see the full value in it. Now, talking about moving to a, more budget account like Steven's account, which is like a 3 million player power account, that made a whole world of difference. I was like, wow, okay, some of this stuff, I can use it to ascend some of the gear. I can use it to farm out some more mythical gear and stuff. So yeah, early game, mid game, free to play. I mean, overall in general, I saw the actual value of the rewards being really good. Now, let me ask, we know now that the stages are going to change a little bit. Affinities are going to be the same. So we know that we're not going to have to build a lot more different champions. Maybe some of the boss rooms might change from time to time or rotation to rotation. But having all these extra resources, right? Because we do on hard mode, we get, I think today I ended up getting close to 600 energy because 3 of the stages I had were pretty solid energy, which I used to do the not Fire Knight, Ice Golem. Going forward, are you guys going to try to strategically, pick which stages you go for, saving things like energy and stuff like that? Let's start with Ken first.
I mean, yeah, this will be brilliant. Obviously, that's what I'm doing about the dungeon. If you guys doesn't know, great tip for you. For example, we are getting sometime from tournament or the event, they give us energy, right? Don't redeem it. If you don't need this energy right now, don't redeem it. If you don't redeem it, after the tournament is closed, the game is gonna send this energy or the reward, whatever it is in there, on your inbox next 6 days, guys. So maybe you are gonna need that on the next 6 days. So you can use it whenever you want, right? Especially you can also use this technique before the CVC, Yeah, you can also use the same tactic like BLAZIN mentioned on the Curse City, obviously. Yeah, it will be. I mean, especially if you guys low spender free to play. If you are there, like you probably doesn't mind. You know, you can go whenever you want. The 500, 200, 300 energy over there, like nothing for you. So, but I like the freedom on this map, man. You know, like they give us different option. You know, for example, on the Doom Tower, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you stuck on the 5, you stuck on the 5. You know. On there, actually, there was a one viewer a couple of days ago on my stream. He was level 55. He said he's stuck. Bro, I told him go different way. He said go left side. He said he's stuck on the left side. Go right side. He's stuck on the right side. So sadly, like he's stuck everywhere. I tried to beat actually Nether Spider on him, but he wasn't a silver. We cannot max the champion gear, so I hope he beat it right now. But I'm so far in overall, I'm so happy about this new content so far, man.
Okay. Gestal, what about you? You're running an endgame account. You're running a free to play. How are you going forward? How do you plan on approaching a lot of this stuff?
End game, I'll just push as hard as I can, really, wherever. I don't necessarily care what I'm picking up. It's more about just trying to clear it, clear the content. Like, you know, as a whole, you know, I might, like, I see energy room in that blue area. Like, I'd probably, you know, maybe skip that one until I maybe would need that energy. But if I need to go through it to get to something else, I'd probably just do it, not really think twice. But on the free to play account, for sure, I'll be kind of holding on to keys because there's no way I'm going to clear all the content. So I probably hold on to keys and go for, like, definitely hold on to like the energy stuff or anything else that would be a little better to have maybe down the road. Be much more nitpicky as to what I'm doing. So yeah.
Okay.
Definitely different on both accounts for sure.
Jay, what about you, man? How do you plan on approaching this going forward?
We're always gonna start Cobble Market. I went Dead Rise this time, so I might actually go Plague Chrome and try to go kind of like a C. Might do it this way because I kind of did a regular C, but I might do a backward C next time just to kind of give it a different feel. Hopefully we'll have different rotation, so it's gonna be different things per stage, so make it feel a little bit more exciting too as well. But in terms of saving resources, yeah, definitely the energy stages, the charm stages for when you want a CVC for forging, stuff like that. You can play it however you want it, which is really cool. You don't need to do it. People say, "Oh, there's too much to do now, and I gotta do Curse City, and I gotta do all this stuff, Doom Tower, it's so much." It's like you don't have to do it all. You know, just do it. Do what's gonna help, you know, progress. If you really need silver, do a stage that's gonna give you that silver to build a champion to all 16 during artifact enhancement. Need more energy? Do the energy stages. Focus on that, right, to progress an account. So it just gives more options. Plarium is finally giving us more stuff. When we first started the game, man, there was barely anything, and even when Faction Force came out, it was too hard. So it was just, you know, now we actually have a lot, you know, especially as a free-to-play players. Really, now you can actually, with all the information, all the YouTube channels, all the people, you know, content creators, and all the resources in the game, you don't have to actually, you know, spend if you don't want to, right? So.
Okay. So real quick here, we're going to add another creator here with us, Mr. Jarec Gaming. Mr. Jarec Gaming, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, how we doing? I'm very well, thank you very much.
All right. So let's ask you real quick, Sidious and Tranos, how are you doing there?
Yeah, loving it actually. I'm just trying to beat the boss at the moment. He's giving me some real jip. I'm using YST's comp with is it Valk, Venomage, Madam Sirius, Pythian, and who's the other one? There's one more. Oh, Snick Track.
Okay.
And it's kind of okay, but it's just, I think it's just getting those the order of the stuff right, the speed right, enough defense, enough shield, that sort of thing. And it's fine. It's not a quick run. It's going to be, if I do it, it's probably going to be at least 10 minutes. You know, and the fact that you can't put any, you know, pre-scheduled sort of things on it. So yeah, it's all manual, it's all stuff. But no, so the whole other stuff, great. I'm loving it. Yeah. Been able to pick and choose the whole non-linear type of area. It's great. It's like last night, I because I didn't have anything else to do, I had like 7 keys left, so I was like, well, I might as well just go and collect the little fragments for the summon, and then I'm going to go back to the boss. So it's great. You can pick and choose what you want to do. You know, if you think I need more energy today, so I'm going to head towards the energy levels, get some of that. I think it's good. I think it's a real good move, but that Teleria have done.
Okay. All right. So for me going forward with the rewards, I think I'm gonna go free to play. I think I'm gonna go whale to free to play. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely look at how I'm approaching these rewards. I'm gonna definitely try to leave the energy for as long as possible for the fusions because there's quite a bit of it. What do we have? I think I collected like 3 stages already. There's one more here, 2, 3. So you're talking like, what is it? Almost 1,000 energy, maybe a little bit more. And then normal's probably got about another 500. So that's that little bit of extra we need for those dungeon diver points, right? And we know dungeon divers are kind of a big pain in the rear end. Plarium, if you're watching, turn it the hell down. Let's go. 4,000 points. Like, let's be real here.
Can I ask you guys a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Because we are getting some free reward from this new content.
I know where you're going with this.
Do you guys think the upcoming fusion is going to be a little bit more harder? Like 4,000 you said, right? I think it's going to be 5 maybe. I don't know, or maybe more.
Oh, man.
Starting from next year, I'm telling you. By the way, like if you look the previous fusion like 1 year ago, like they was way lower than that, like from today. So they already increasing, like we can already feel it,
Oh,
they
yeah.
already can make it harder, you cannot skip it, like I don't remember previous fusions was have like 3 enhancement event, 3 dungeon diver, right? No,
Nope.
it wasn't. Yeah.
Well, I think on the plus
Maybe-
side of that, I think on the plus side though, at least it means that we can be a bit more picky and a bit more choosy with regards to fusions coming out. I've always felt not like a need, but I've always wanted to get each one just so I've got them, just in case something happens or they can become useful. But if it does get to that point where it's quite expensive to get, at least we go, well, look, do you know what, Blizzard is not going to do me any favors. I don't think I'm going to abuse them anywhere, and I can skip it and not feel that bad about it, and save the resources until one that probably could be good to use. So that's how I would see it if we do get those massive prices.
I agree with you, but the
increases.
problem is because of the new content, because of the condition stuff, every fusion gonna be useful in the one of the room.
That's
Like-
true. That's true.
That's the thing. I still not gonna focus the bad fusion. If they are bad, man. If I'm gonna stuck, I'm gonna be stuck with my resources,
Yep.
But like every single champion right now has a potential as one of the room, unless you have a different alternative, of course, better alternative.
Yeah, I feel like the blasphemy here, but I feel like the points are going to be increased quite a bit. They're not going to let us go that easy. Even though they should. A fusion I feel should be achievable for everybody. But yeah, I think the rewards coming from here are definitely going to increase fusions going forward, right? All right. Let's kind of talk a little bit about the longer term rewards, right? So we're gonna be working up to this lovely guy right here, Carnage, which, I'm sure everybody knows the streamer. I think they pretty much pinned it right. He looks awesome, looks badass. I don't know, attitude-wise, I mean, I know Carnage is Carnage. But what do you guys think of this guy? Let's go with Jay first.
It's pretty good. He's actually in the lore. He's actually the reason why everything's happening here. So it's awesome that we actually get the mythical champion that's causing this havoc in Centranos. And then like the first stage is like he's supposed to be like this weird like debuff, like putting spread debuff and stuff like that. Then when you get to the other form, he's like, I think he's honestly going to be meta. He's pretty insane. He's pretty cool, especially with the sheep getting changed. If as long as they reduce it and not buff it right in January, bringing back debuffs in arena might be a thing. And then him being able to AoE block revive, it's going to be like Foley, but Spirit Champion. And there's a lot of force champions in the meta right now. Harima, Python, like there's a decent amount. Not everyone's magic, right? So I really think he's gonna really be insane overall.
Okay. Jarec, what about you? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, I agree with what Jay's saying. He's definitely be meta. Arena's going to be a lot of fun. Live arena's going to be a lot of fun. And plus it's also that kind of vibe of when we were going for I've just lost his name in my head. The lizard.
Ramantu.
Ramantu, that's it. Ramantu, thank you very much. Yes, again, we've got things to head towards. Hopefully the quests get changed a bit, but yeah, no, he's good. Both forms look amazing. Lots of things, lots of cheeky little moves that can just mess the other team up. So no, I'm looking forward to really grinding for him. It's going to take 5-6 months, but so be it. It's worth it. It's going to be worth the wait.
It's going to be like 5 months if we're lucky at best to complete all the rewards for all the quests.
Yeah.
Gestal, what about you as an endgame reward? What do you think about this guy?
Yeah, obviously we're going to see how he hits and multipliers. Do we have multipliers for him?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, we do.
I don't have him right now. What?
Yeah.
Which skill you want to know? Okay,
So-
let me say it real quickly then. You guys can be here. His first form, A1 skill 2.3. Second form, my bad, A2 skill 3.5. And A3 skill 2.7. His second form, A1 skill 1.8, which is attack twice. A2 skill 4. Attack and accuracy, by the way. It scale both of them. Second form. And the A3 skill 2.5. But attack all enemy twice, so
Yeah.
theoretically 5.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he looks insane. He's attack on both stances too, right? Which I think is a huge positive for these mythic champs. I think Mezamel's the same way, and that kind of is what makes her a little more appealing. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, right, this is someone that everyone's gonna get. So either you get him in live arena, or you're gonna be facing him. It seems like.
Correct. Ken, what do you think about this guy as a reward?
I mean, right now, like Jay mentioned earlier, there is a ship meta, and he have a loss of the debuff ability on his attack skill. They said they are gonna nerf the ship. We still don't know too much detail about it. If they nerf the ship a little bit less RNG, can be obviously. I mean, like even with the ship, he's gonna be solid. We didn't. Content creator don't have access to test him, right? TR3, because I didn't see any video.
I don't think so. Think so.
There is some crazy thing about his second form. I'm not big fan of his first one, but second form is crazy, man. He has highest base attack in the game, almost 2000 in the second form. That's insane. And his passive skill is broken passive skill. Like, what is that? This champion critical damage increased by 1% for the every 3 point of accuracy they have. And just imagine Yoshi with him. Increase attack buff and increase accuracy buff.
That's gonna be disgusting.
Or the Arbaist, another mythical champion, which is she can also fill your Tormentor. Bro, it's oh my god. Actually, we got another new champion a couple of days ago, right? He has a similar passive skill, but it's a little bit weaker version of that. I think it's a critical damage increasing 1% by every 10 point of the accuracy. So this champion definitely gonna be hit hard. Like Gestal said, it's on the live arena. Either you are gonna pick or enemy gonna pick him. Multiplayer is not bad. And yeah, definitely solid. My problem, I don't like attack DPS that much, especially if you don't have a neck red, So scared to use them. And he also doesn't look like Carnage. Come on now, like he doesn't.
Have you looked at that, Ozzy? Have you looked at that guy?
He doesn't look like
wrong.
Come on.
Got the H.
I don't. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or in the chat. Doesn't he? I mean, look at him. Look at that. I mean, the artwork looks cool, but the ugly mug, it's literally Carnage right there. Yeah, I think he's solid. I think he's a great champion. Overall, looks great. I can't wait to get him and start messing around with him. I'm so loving this guy as the final reward, and I'm glad that they're actually like, they're not just throwing, because I feel like if it was just regular rewards like we're just getting now, over time we would get nothing else once we get them. Like Faction Wars, kind of at this stage, I got a full auto team. I don't really bother with it. Nothing really else, to build or do anything with that. But let's also talk about the extra rewards we get after we get this guy, right? So the rewards don't end there. We get more rewards after we beat him. And we're going to get some souls all the way up to a 6-star soul. What do you guys think about this? Like, lately they've been doing more and more of these events where we're starting to get soul stones or souls for champions. This right here, I mean, what are your thoughts about it? Let's go that way. Ken, what about you?
Amazing. Like, you don't have to worry about his soul. You just need to repeat the content and try to do your best and try to get the best milestone, max it. Like I said, like secret rooms definitely doesn't worth building any single champion. But this is like another reason you should be pushed, because it's not only the soul, there is like legendary mythical book, what else is there? Mythical, Chaos Horde, normal Chaos Horde, Charm. Obviously, most of the time we are going to get a 4-star chicken. But, and Epic Book. I don't know why there's Epic Book, but... yeah.
Oh, why is there 5-star gear?
Yeah.
Plarium, take this into account when you release Brutal or Hard, or not, whatever, Nightmare, whatever you're going to call it. Who knows what you're going to call it. We beg you, please take out the 5-star gear from there. Or if you're going to put 5-star, just make sure it's either mythical or legendary, not rare. Gestal, what do you think about these rewards, sir? Like, is it going to keep you engaged to keep going?
Oh, hell yeah, for sure. Anywhere you can get a soul, not from IT, not from that grind, like anywhere else where you're guaranteeing a soul of a champion that's really good, or a champion that you're gonna be using, I think it's a must go for. Like the Artek, they had the Sun Wukong, even if it's like a 4-star soul, a 4-star soul is 300 of those silver essences, man. That takes forever to get out of IT. I mean, the only way you're getting that stuff quick is if you're spending. And I made as soon as these things came out, these soul stones came out, I made a oath that I would not spend money on those, because I just felt like it was ridiculous, honestly. And I just knew, like, all right, it's come to the point where, like, you gotta call it quits on just wailing out on all this stuff, because it's never gonna end. Obviously, it hasn't. So that it's anytime I can see these things and snag them up, man, I think it's great. And a 4-star soul is great, but a 6-star soul is insane. And the fact that you can get a 6-star out of this is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Jay.
Yeah, when I was watching the video and Hunter was going through, he's like, well, once you get him, it's not over. I was like, what? Plarium's giving us more free stuff? I was like, whoa. I thought it was going to be like super gated or super crazy. No, you just keep doing the same stuff. I'm like, what? And I was like, when I saw the souls and I saw 6-star, I was like, are they insane? Do they understand the champion's already busted? Then you're going to give us a 6-star on top of that? Bro, he's going to be the most banned champion in the game, in my opinion. Whoever can get that 6-star, you don't want them to have us. You only got the 3 and someone else has got the 5. I'm definitely banning. But like, oh man, I'm so happy. Actually, overall, just everything we need. We need more mythical tomes. We need more Lego books, right? More stuff that we've been asking a place to farm. Is this kind of like a tower where we can farm books, in the future? So I'm pretty happy about it.
Okay. Jarec, what about you?
Yeah, exactly. It's all the stuff that we're after. So it's books, it's stones, it's essence, it's oils, and yeah, it's awakening. It's the awakened souls. But the only thing they haven't told us is how the sort of percentage that they're going to drop, because I know it's not a guaranteed drop per chest. So it will start at the lowest one, which is fine. But as I say, I guess it's probably going to be the sort of similar thing to like a platinum chest. You're trying to get the avatar. It's not always going to be in it, but probably a good chance it will. So fingers crossed. There's a decent drop rate. But yeah, man. Again, as long as Cursed City itself is randomized enough or changed enough to make it interesting. Do you know what I mean? It'll end up being just probably one of those things that you do every day. As you say, faction wars, hit go, this hit go, Doom Tower, hit go, Cursed City, click, 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 which is fine eventually. But it'll be ever our daily things. But by doing so, we're going to get something good out of it, and some great rewards.
Yeah. So I'm loving that they're keeping it engaged, and I'm loving that they're keeping the rewards relevant, except with the the epic book here. But
we still need to level up epics occasionally. There's always one. Like again, there's epics in the game that we need for this area. So
true.
They probably thought, well, look, we're going to have to put it in. If you don't, we'll only moan that they haven't. I mean, if it was a rare book, then fair enough.
Was that a little poke at me?
I'll be waiting for the video tomorrow.
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry. That's coming. I guess somebody's got to fill Nacho's spot today, right? And it's going to be you. Yeah, no, I'm loving it. I'm loving that they're keeping them relevant. I'm loving, that they're going to keep the rewards going out. The one-time rewards, if you get a 6-star soul off the bat, you're kind of golden right there. And then, I mean, it's going to be 100.
When I say you won't be able to get the soul off the bat with you, because it's always going to be the lowest one. That's what they said.
Okay, so you're going to have to work your way up.
Yes, so you're going to get, if you're lucky, then you've got 4 months to get the 6-star, I guess.
Okay, so Ogre here says over on YouTube, there is on the last post that said that the Perfect Souls is going to be a guaranteed drop. So eventually, after 5 chests, 500, you're going to get yourself that. So what are we talking? Each month we can get how many how many quests? So each month we get 100. So, we get him in 5 months. We'll get those 6-star soul if we don't pull it from the shop in about 5 months after that. So that's going to be a little ways out there, And
by then they'll have changed the arena completely, and it'd be well out of meta.
Yeah.
You won't even use him.
Yeah. Again, that's assuming that you don't already pull it from the soul stone, right?
Yeah,
you pull it from the soul stone, then it's going to be a little different.
I take it he can't be pulled from a primal shard.
Correct. He's just a reward here. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's take a quick peek here. I'm guessing to that because Carnage the Orange can't be. But the big question that I want to know is who's going to empower him? Did they release that yet? They did not.
Yes.
So how is that going to work out? Who's going to empower him? Is he going to be the only mythical that doesn't get empowerment?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't. Maybe they should wait because, when on that 5th month people are gonna go crazy and try to get they're not gonna wait. There's people who can't wait. They're not gonna wait another 5 more months. They're just gonna try to get that 6-star soul ASAP and go straight into live arena. So, I don't know if we should get empowerment just yet.
Come on, Jay. Maybe that's just the whale in me talking. Oh, bad. Gotta get that out of the way. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the big bad himself, right? Now some of us have taken him on, some of us have beaten him, some of us are just kind of, taking a look at him. But we did have a discussion last week, and we theorized a lot of champions like Rima, and and Taras that was going to be part of this. Let's go, Jay. How difficult did you find this?
I thought it was gonna be a little bit more crazier. I noticed you need specific things, which we did talk about. You know, heal reduction. There's a little bit of speeding. There's RNG because you got to be careful for your masteries. I've been going on people's accounts and noticing, you know, people have cycle magic or they might be wearing a certain accessory, and it just happens randomly. You can't control it, so you're like, dang, you have to rechange everything. But otherwise, it's pretty much just similar structure. People are using one ally protector, one heal reduction person, one AoE reviver. You have to have a cleanser too. Resist is really good in the first form because you don't have to worry about getting stunned. But when you get to the second form, you cannot resist or block that sleep. So you're literally gonna force him. You want him to use his A3 and A2. You don't want him to force using A1 on either form because one will heal him a lot and the other one will one-shot you, and then he goes back into A3 and then one-shots and then A3s and just loops until he it's kind of crazy. So that's what I've noticed. There are some free-to-play stuff like Venom Mage and some other stuff people are using, Mithrala, champions that people have, readily everyone has that people are using. And then there's some champions that not everybody has, like Valkyrie, Snitrak, things like that. But overall, I actually like the boss. I don't think he's super OP, but I don't think he's super easy either.
You want to talk about a super free-to-play team? Here you go. Venomage, Pythion, Uko, Scylla the Drakes, and Mithrala. This was given to me by a viewer, Blaze It Up, and
Nice.
he was going at it.
Nice.
But Jarec, what about you? You've gone up against them, and what do you think?
Yeah. Funny enough, I was trying Seal and Uko as well. I was Seal for the obviously the revive and the healing and stuff like that. But I think at the time when I was trying, the speeds were just way off. My speeds were like 210, and I realised you need to be at least 250 plus to get on. But yeah, I think it's a great boss. It is quite heavily tuned and stuff. It's just getting. I think your speeds have to be bang on with enough defense, HP. And as you said about the masteries, and it's just a kind of bit of RNG. And then there's going to be times where something happens and you're like, oh, wipe, start again. But as long as the keys aren't being used, so it's fine. It's just annoying that he gets to sort of 8 minutes and you've got to start again. But no, it's good. I think we'll get there eventually, and everyone will know it like the back of the hand and know all the buttons to click without even looking. And hopefully, again, they'll put in like an auto. The feature where we can tune it all ourselves and hit auto and off we go. But yeah, it's doing good. It's been fun. It's been fun working through the different skills he's got, and yeah, when he does that cycle death, that just hit dead. It's mental, absolutely crazy. So yeah, he's a horrible boss when he goes like that. But yeah, it's been fun. And then, like I said, new content like this is great stuff. I think maybe the only thing I'm possibly, I don't know if I'm in two minds about is because I got the keys quite early on. Now, whether or not that's then going to spoil it for the rest of Sintros, the city, or maybe a bit more less interested in doing all the stuff, or whether it should have been maybe a bit more linear path to get the keys, which would then open up the city to then allow you to do what you want. I don't know, but I just feel that now I've got the keys and the boss, that's all I'm focused on. And once that's done, it's just going to be a bit of a clear up and pick and choose. But I don't know. You can't be happy with everything. But no, so far so good.
Okay. Gestal, the boss, difficulty for you. How bad was it?
It's definitely difficult. It's like pretty much with everything else in this game. You get to a point where you have the champs, you have the speed, you have the builds, but you need to be able to, basically it comes down to being able to control the boss instead of having the boss control you. Like, especially, like, I related a lot with Hydra, because Hydra, you're trying to keep the provoke out, you're trying to keep the block buffs up, and like it's depending on who's out, like it's kind of like you really got to keep control of them as instead of them controlling the fight. This is very, very much the same thing where you want to, you're forcing him to do things instead of him just unloading everything on you. But once you get once you get control of the fight, it like all makes sense, and then you can kind of just run through it really. Obviously you're gonna need the heal reduction. You're gonna need a cleanse. It's not a bad thing to be able to remove buffs from from him as well. Revive's certainly helpful, but poisons, man, poisons and brimstone are your friends. That's all I'm gonna say.
Completely agree there. Ken, what about you, sir?
I think the biggest problem about the boss is not about difficult, it's about the knowledge. Because it's a new boss right now, right? Like lots of us doesn't know anything about it. I literally go like blind to him on the stream. It took me like 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours maybe, I don't know. Like I did some stuff as well, but the stream did 8 hours, but I also opened some shards. So, and I still don't know some stuff about him. I was recording video to explain to people, hey guys, look, if you debuff the boss, then I debuff the boss, and he didn't do the skill. I feel like, what? You're supposed to be use that skill there, you know? Most of us struggling because I was like,
He'll use it if it's something that he can convert to something else. So if it's like poison, he can't convert that. That might not get him to roll his A3. If it's like decrease speed or increase speed, then he's gonna do the A3.
he was under decreased defense, but some reason he used the A2
really?
skill
Okay.
when the switch.
Yeah, I think you might need a couple. Yeah, that's a Venom Age is good because she puts the decreased defense as well. So
Yeah.
you say you put them on, hoping that he then does that move to then not hit you with the single hit.
So another thing is, yeah, I seen like some people, you know, when the more time is going, you know, when the people watching more video, I see like lots of the great comps people are success. Look, for example, what painted there, bro? Like, what the hell? You know, obviously there is a more
From
champion
zero
there.
to hero.
Yeah, like the thing,
still ain't
awakening
smiling.
awakening can help you a lot, guys. Like my cold art was only a 3-star, and she was dying a lot, man. Like there is so hard to keep her alive, you know. Like it's so hard to make the cold heart is tanky because her base state, you know, she's attack champion, so it's not her job. But yeah, obviously more time is passed is gonna be more successful for the more player, like every content in the game. We know the thing, right? Like so every month rotation gonna be changed and the condition gonna be changed, right? We know that.
The condition for the boss,
Yeah,
like
and everything.
like the whole skill setup. I don't think so.
No condition, like you can use like Lizardman champion.
Different champions. Yeah. The comp. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
By the way, what was you guys' reaction when the first time see this condition? You know, like we talked it on the stream. We said, "Oh man, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that." Now, I like to see you guys' reaction. I feel like, oh no.
Yeah, that was like my exact reaction. I was, man, we had all these champs planned out. We talked through it, and now we can't use pretty much any of them. I was like, all right, this is gonna be way harder.
Yeah, I kind of looked at it and I was like, they didn't tell us that all of this was going to be champions faction specific. I'm like, wait a minute, this kind of does change things a little bit. But I was like, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to put in Taras, Marichka, you know, double nuke, let's go. No, I got to this. I was like, oh crap. But yeah, man, World Painted right here. Shout out to Deadwood Jedi. Coming in solid. She went from being one of the worst champions in the game, 4-star chicken, to somebody you might actually want to, you know, level out and stuff. Venom Age. I mean, Venom Age is always solid, and coming in now, kind of almost like a must. But
so another thing about this boss mechanic, you guys need a heal reduction. It's literally must needed unless you guys have 400 critical damage. This Eli attack broken comps. It's not broken. It's so hard to build it. Not everybody can do that. So they have to give us condition who has a heal reduction every month, then, right? Because I don't think it's possible to kill the boss without heal reduction.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's it.
it's gonna be tough.
By the way,
shields.
whenever I test the boss,
Dude.
I mean, tested myself, Skull Lord. He's destroying his max HP up to 50%.
Interesting.
On my Scholar passive skill, but only 50%. So after that, I'm getting like loop, you know. I cannot restore anymore. He's healing himself, but it's stuck. His max HP stuck to the 50%. That was also interesting mechanic. It can protect you by 50%, so he can't be full HP. But again, after that, you still need heal reduction to kill him.
Interesting. Okay. I gotta ask, what do you guys think about this team right here? How is this possible? 2 turns, and
Big deeps.
I get
Defense down and one ally attack.
like Fushan, like what the hell? 2 turns? That's insane.
Is Fushan, is he the one that gets a chance to hit? Keep hitting and hitting. So that's the thing, unless he's just had it procs a few times and it's just gone bum, 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 bum. Lucky, man. It's very lucky.
That's just wow.
It's funny.
But we do have a question posed to us real quick over from Ogar. What do you guys think if to empower Carnage you have to give up Duchess? Would you do it? Yes or no? Ken, the look on your face.
I never sacrificed waifu for a boy. I'm sorry. Never.
Okay. Gestal, what about you? Would you sacrifice Duchess for a +1?
I mean, not this. I hate to say this, but I have a +4 Duchess and I have another Duchess. I think if I were to get more, I wouldn't have a problem doing it because I think I'm fine with where I'm at with them. As it stands right now, I would prefer to have 2 of them than like lose one of them, even at that point. So I think, but like the other mythical champs empower other mythical like themselves. So I don't feel like a Lego is going to empower it. I mean, Duchess would be worthy, I guess, of that role. But I don't think they're gonna have a Lego empowering. I don't know what they'll do. Maybe they will. Maybe I'll be wrong. But...
Jay, what about you?
Well, I don't have a Duchess, so I wouldn't do that. Still trying to get one, unfortunately.
How many Gestal did you have?
Yeah, man. Sorry.
That's disgusting.
Did you guys watch the video, by the way?
Which one?
300 secret chart. 25
Oh, for Hades. Yeah.
Not yet.
Crazy, isn't it?
Can I give spoiler?
Go for it.
2 Duchess from 300.
25x, right?
Yeah.
How many Legos total?
27, I think.
22, I think you got, didn't
Wow.
he? Yeah.
Because it's not a 2x, right?
No, it's not.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount of Legos.
Good return, but not when you think.
That's
25.
a lot of Legos not to hit on a 25x, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Get 2.
Jarec, what about you? What do you think? Would you give up a Duchess to +1 Carnage?
No way. No. She's the champ that you could use 3 of. You know, I think quite easily. But again, no, I don't think. No, not her, man. She's just she's too hard to get. It's too hard to get. She's massively weighted with regards to the pull weight, and no, man, I couldn't do it. I've been struggling all weekend to get another one. So no, there's no way I'm doing that. Some people have all the luck, Gestal. So yeah, that's it.
Mythicals
no way.
Early, man. There weren't a lot of champs back then. I had a lot of Duchesses early.
They're given away.
So it
was just easier to hit back then, you know.
Yeah.
10x Duchess 4 years ago.
10x Duchess when it was like 20 legendaries.
You know. I have 2 on this account. I think my alt account has 3. So yeah, I'd feed her. Just +1 this guy. Hell yeah, let's go. I'd feed her. All right.
I think if I had 4 of them sitting there unused, then yeah, felt fine, man. Because obviously then plus was it +2 gives you the attack? Is it Was it which one is it? +2 gives you the speed.
Yeah.
Which one it is?
+2 gives you the
Yeah, so maybe to
Plus two,
+2. If you had a couple sitting there, maybe to +2 if you weren't using them. But if I had them all leveled up to sort of 60 ascended, no man, I wouldn't be able. I've got a Leo at a +3, and I've got a spare that he's fully ascended, fully booked. And I'm thinking, I want to just feed him to make a +4, but I can't. I just can't because
so much crit damage, man. Oh,
yeah,
man. And speed. You get that +4 is so big.
I know, so I'm almost
Especially
sort of
for damage
hoping
dealers.
to get another one, just to.
Yeah, I
'cause I
feel
just
you.
can't.
If you fully built one, that's tough.
I said we've got history. We just can't. I can't feed him. He's a good guy.
She's gone. She's gone. Over Carnage, she's gone. I'm sorry. She's gone.
I tell you what, man, a +4 duchy is insanity. My +4 duchy is why I do really well in live arena. I'm telling you right now.
She must have what 120k HP. What's the HP on her? It's got to be massive, surely.
About 120 full stone skin set, 320 speed or something, bunch of resists, like 500 resists. She's ridiculous, man.
Disgusting.
All right, let's talk about. Go ahead. You have anything else?
I'm just saying, so empowering Duchess is not a bad thing to do either.
Agree. All right, so let's talk about bosses here, right? We've got some strategies that have came out. You've got like the one that I did for the Scarab King, where you can solo him a Frozen Banshee. We've got a couple of other ones out there, not solos, but some free to play or low budget builds and teams and stuff. Where have you guys hit a wall with any of these bosses, whether it's champions or difficulty? Let's go ahead and Ken.
Let me ask you guys a question. Did you guys get some negative think about this new content? There's some couple of people, especially whenever the content is revealed or they release it, they said, it's the same content, it's the same bosses. That's just double version of them, I mean, theoretically they are right, but it's whole different mechanic, like fighting two bosses at the same time, whole different mechanic. I don't know, some people said that, but they disappear. I guess they're playing right now. I don't know. But the thing is, they are weak. The bosses are weak. They are not dungeon version. I actually checked the state of some synchronous stages. They are like hard Fire Knight, stuff like that. They are more like stage 7 hard Fire Knight, the hardest one, I think. So they are a little bit easier. Did you guys face the bomb yet? His bombs are small. Looking so cute. And
like Kinder eggs.
Yeah,
I didn't stuck yet, but again, I'm still like didn't move to the Stranos, so some of them a little bit challenged, but again possible. Even like I believe BLAZIN, you must have a video, right? Single Frozen Banshee.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. So for the Bommal, I think. No, Scarab King.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good bit.
Bommel will be out tomorrow. I'm currently working on a champion right there.
I mean, like this is, by the way, if you guys content creator, there is lots of content to do. Like it's crazy, man. Like I really enjoy the boss stages. Their reward is good, mostly 5-star, but reward is crazy. Like you are literally getting like lots of the gear from them. Like crazy. Like it's raining, man, and this set is freaking awesome, right? It's definitely way better than this live arena. Like how many of you using live arena set?
I don't even think I have one built.
I haven't gotten good enough pieces to.
Yeah, it's so hard to get them, and
terrible.
But on this one, it's literally throwing you. Like if you beat the 3 boss in one single day, you can get probably 20 gear.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, I really enjoy double boss mechanics. Are cool. Some of them look super scary. I cannot wait to face them. Condition is obviously make it more challenging. So far, I enjoy, man. Like I'm gonna
3 bosses. One day.
When that happens, you can all go to Jarec's channel and unsubscribe because he's the reason why Plarium's doing it.
That'd be great. That'd be so good.
And he's giving him the ideas. He's in line to get into the content creator program, and he's giving him the ideas of what is going to make our lives happen.
All right, we found them all. Fine.
Gestal, what about you? Difficulties on any bosses so far that you've just skipped or anything like that?
No, I mean nothing yet, but I'm definitely a little worried about the Iron Twins up in Soulcross, and anything up there is going to be difficult because it's going to be pretty limiting. I think I haven't looked at the restrictions there, but it's going to probably be pretty limiting who you can use. And Iron Twins is hard enough as it is, man. Like no Geomancer there, what are you gonna do? So it's really good. You know, it's also nice too because you're gonna really be able to find maybe just some new comps that would be helpful for people who don't have a Geomancer or whatever. So it might be interesting too. But I'm worried about that one for sure.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
I just did a spider one, regular Skavag, and I think it was Borgoth the Scarab King. That one took me like 19 minutes. I was doing it right here when we were talking. I had to use Strategos Island to solo because he keeps putting a shield on himself. So once the spider's done, he just solos the Scarab. It took like almost 20 minutes. But yeah, that was the hardest one so far. All the other ones, I had champions for it, epics. For Iron Twins, just use Sky Touch Shaman. There's already a Revive on Death speed tunes people have done for other, on other videos. There's other ways you can do it too. You can use if you have whatchamacallit, not the dwarf. There's a different dwarf, Demitha. You could use her instead of using Dazzdirk to get yourself fully healed from the decreased max HP. So you could use Demitha as well with Sky Touch if you need it. There's epic options, but. Yeah, overall, none of the bosses so far. Only Amius is the only one that I've had little, where I'm like, dang, I gotta actually like speed tune stuff. But other than that, every other double boss so far, other than Soulcross, hasn't been too crazy. It definitely ramps up where you're like, you're not just easily just throwing anything. You have to know the concepts a little bit more because maybe champion doesn't have enough resist or doesn't have enough act or can't lap the boss. But other than that, it's actually just good content. It's fun to see all these new champions, epics, and rares that I have that I can actually put together. It's pretty fun.
Okay. Jarec, what about you? Any difficulties with any bosses so far?
Same with Jay, actually. The first one that really made me sort of stop and go, actually, yeah, I can't just go pick, go, was the Scarab and the Spider. I was, with that one though, Artak, actually, to be fair, I'm finding Artak is being MVP in lots of this stuff, man. Artak ended up soloing it.
Yep.
He's just, I think we concentrated on the Scarab, totally ignored the Spider. I can't remember who it was. There was someone I was using Rotus. I was using Rotus to get rid of the Spider's shield, the Scarab shield. Once it all went, Scarab dropped, and then I'm pretty much Artak just soloed the Spider. That wasn't really a long run either. So, but yeah, that's good. But again, it's good. I wouldn't have thought about using Rotus really in the comps and bits and bobs. So I don't think I had used him thus far with regards to dungeons and stuff like that. So he's just all arena. So no, this is again. I think maybe what Jay was saying it's nice to be able to go. Do you know what? I can use him. I'm going to try him. He might be good. And he's just champs that you're not just going through your list and going tick, run. We actually stop in, thinking about it, looking at the mechanics again, going back to basics. Can this champ do it? And it does. It's good. It's good. It was a lot easier, admittedly, when it was a free gear removal. But this is the only other thing. I think at the moment it's going to cost us a ridiculous amount of silver. So we start heading north and some champs that we might have to start regearing. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit costly silver-wise, but apart from that, great stuff. No champs apart from Amius thus far has caused me any trouble.
Okay. So for myself, I think the only one I kind of looked at and was like maybe a little hesitant was this one right here with Bommel and hard mode Glacis, because I was like, Frigid Vengeance, that procs, I might be pretty much, SOL'd. But to Ken's point, the stats on these guys are way less than I was expecting. By the way, anybody out there that wants to know hellhades.com, you can go there and guess. I don't know if you have a breakdown on your website yet for what the stats are. but the raid stages tools, pretty much where I've pulled any information when I'm building any of these champions for this content, right? Sorry, did you say we're getting ready to build that, Gestal?
Yeah, that'll be coming here in the future.
Okay. Let's talk about the one I think is going to be more difficult. Sand Devil. That's stage 20. Alname. I think he's going to be the biggest problem for anybody out here if you don't have Cardiel. Now Jay did say that we have Skytouch Shaman, but Skytouch Shaman is not a champion that we can pick this week or this rotation.
For Iron Twins, we were talking about Iron Twins.
Iron Twins, sorry. Okay. How do you guys plan on trying to take this guy on? Because I feel like this is going to be more of a challenge than the boss himself. Let's go with Ken first.
Yeah. Hold on, give me 1 second. I was looking the stat, trying to find the stat of the boss, but
He's like,
hold on. Almost. It's bug, I think. Website is bug. Hold on, it's not working. Just skip me one turn. I'm sorry.
Okay. Gestal, what about you? How do you plan on taking this guy on?
He's looking at Hades quick.
I haven't gone in and looked at the future stuff. But yeah, this is the other boss that I was certainly super worried about. Obviously he's up there in the S stages, so that's gonna make things significantly more difficult. Man, yeah, looking at this, at least there's a fair amount of Lego options. But you're probably gonna have to use some epics as well. Yeah, I think you might be right. This could be more difficult than Amius. Sand Devil is so hard, man. Like, it's only easy because you can do it with Ninja and Godseeker. Trying to do it without that makes him super difficult. We also got to see where is it I don't think it's gonna be like Sand Devil 25. It's gonna probably be more relative to 20, 19, something like that.
I think it's 20. He's
20.
20 right there.
Yeah.
But the stats are right here. We're talking 200 speed, 350 resistance, so we're gonna need 375, 400. Accuracy is 400, so we're talking pretty
Check his attack,
nuts.
bro. Check his attack. Between the hard 25, yes, on the dungeon. My bad. Oh, I find it. Okay, I figure out now. So, in dungeon version, 25 level, he's a 270 speed, right?
Yep.
But he has a 19,000 attack. In Synchronous version, the stage you mentioned, he has a 9,000 attack.
What's he comparable to though at stage 20 is the question.
Stage 20, he has a 245 speed, so it's still easier than 20. I'm guessing it's going to be on the stage 15, he has a 220 speed, bro. Okay? Dungeon stage 15, he has a 220 speed, still faster than the boss.
Wait a minute. Why is there a normal and hard difficulty for Sand?
Yeah, it's also make me confused, but choose the normal. There is no
okay, I was like, wait a minute. Does he know
Yeah,
something we don't know? Did we just strike on something here?
Well, Curse City, Curse City is going to be normal.
Right,
He's
but
I'm 16 level. He's 16 level. Speed is a little bit slower than the dungeon, but attack-wise, he's 16 level. 16,
They
17
had to
level.
do that though. If they're gonna limit how many restrict the champs you can use,
That's gonna be a real challenge.
Yeah, I think he's attack level. He's right at 17. Pretty on par, but then the resistance accuracy is a lot higher and the speed's a lot lower. So,
Again, this is Synchronous too. So even that, if we are not going to talk about condition, it's definitely way easier than the dungeon version. Even the Synchronous.
Yeah. I feel like he's going to be the worst one, honestly, just because of what he does. But Jay, what do you think?
Well, I mean, luckily, Plarium gave us a champion that can actually be used this rotation, and that's going on right now. You know, we can build him out for people who actually want to do it. Maybe solo strategy, regeneration, Blizzard the Howler. He does have the ability to revive himself and to revive on death. So just in case somehow you don't have enough speed, he'll be able to come back. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely use him to do it. Are there other champions you can use here? I used to try to make way back, like months ago, was doing like the whole Cardinal strategy with Stone Skin. Or if you have champions in Defiant, people were using Duchess and showing high Defiant gear, 2-piece or 3-piece. You can do that to have a champion take. And since this is not going to be Sand Devil 24, 25, it's not going to hit as hard. So maybe like Stalwart gear, Defiant gear slowly will come back in the meta for this when people are doing Sand Devil in Soul Cross. That's what I'm going to be focusing on, using Blizzard Howler or using Defiant Stalwart strategies.
Okay. Jarec Gaming, what about you?
Well, I've got 2 cardios, so I'll probably wangle something of that. If it's going to be a weak one, fingers crossed, I can just get the revives on death if he does take them out. And then I'm just looking at the champs I've got. I've got Fushan. I mean, it's Cupidus. Just try and Venus is there as well. I'm looking at the right one, the 300 level. Yeah. There's plenty of champs on there. I've got the 2 cardios for the backup. Probably go in with a Venus for some debuff if he's asleep. I just need a sleeper, don't we? Really?
Chagor.
Who we got? Who's that?
Chagor. Are you the proud owner of a Romantu? +2 or +1?
Yeah, I've got Romantu. Good shout. No, Chigor actually. Oh, of course, for your sleep. Yeah, there we go. I've just got to kit him out. I've never used the guy actually, so I've got to build him out. I know people do use him for the Sand Devil, but I'll probably just run it with like a massive ham fist, try and punch through, and just see what sort of damage he takes. If he goes down, if he goes low, I'll just focus on doing damage. But if it's poxy and tricky like his dungeon version, then then I guess Chagor for the sleep and some burns and bits and bobs. But we'll see how it goes. Plus the your brimstone always comes in handy. Always smacks him up.
Yep. It's going to be very interesting to see what we get for teams there. I mean, right now I'm looking at it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could get there tonight. Actually, I've got enough keys. Maybe I can get there tonight and give them a go.
It looks like we've got pretty much ally attack teams. Put him to sleep, ally attack, and that's pretty much about it.
I was thinking that I've got Fury on as well. Actually, the lizard. He's pretty decent. His HP burn.
Yeah. So, Cardiel looks like he's going to be a must here, which is going to be very interesting to see. All right, let's
Actually, I think biggest problem gonna be Dark Fae one, the double boss one.
The double
top
boss.
left, I think. Dark Fae version, double boss with. I think somewhere there,
with the dragon.
Yeah, it's Dark Fae and dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, because on the Dark Fae, your enemy is your team, so.
Well, I think for that one, if you just build, kind of slow nukers, you have your frozen or your Dark Elhain come in right off the
But
rip.
how we are gonna control the boss Terminator? And you have to kill the dragon faster, otherwise he's gonna kill you.
Good question. Trying to keep the turn meter down will be the problem.
She's.
You've got Eric. You can use Eric's for your transfer of the debuffs. There you go, Ken. And there's your favourite.
I mean, Eric's also gonna be against me, by the way, because she's gonna steal it.
Yeah, that might not be.
Yeah,
actually, Nacho just said it right there. Morrigan coming in for that. Turn meter control a little bit. And then the rest, you're going to have to poison the crap out of the dragon.
It's only 20%. I mean, that's probably not even worth.
No, she's cannot
it's like
control,
one turn if
cannot,
you're lucky.
Yeah.
What about old Grave Dirt? Do you know, he's the guy I've been trying to think I could use for ages. It's just a shame he's got the weak strengthen.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, Dark Gale is going to come in great for the dragon, to be honest.
Oh, by the way, guys, they are speed 175.
Nice.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's very slow. I think Doom Tower 120 is 250, right? Pretty sure about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
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 So the build shouldn't be as bad. I'm thinking a team like
Yeah, got Not
like
the
this
Paralyzer, Poisons, Sleep.
coming in. I think a team like this wouldn't be bad. Not the most free to play friendly. We'll say that. But yeah, I think you
That's
come
not
in
bad.
with Draco, decreased defense, weekend, speed tuned, right with Dark Alhain, knock everybody out, and then focus the dragon down. I think that's pretty much what you're gonna
By
look
the
for.
this is an interesting stat. So Doom Tower version 120 heart level, 250 speed, almost 15,000 attack and defense. Okay, and she almost have a 3 million HP. This stage we are talking about 175 speed. She has a 4,000 defense and attack instead of 15,000, and only have a 1 million HP.
Oh, nice. There you go. Frozen Banshee. You can solo it. Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
Give it a go.
I'll let you know if that happens. Easy peasy. Aether says easy peasy. All right. Let's we've been talking a lot about the stats, and last week we were looking at the difficulty of what we were expecting to see, like stats wise, building these champions out, right? I think Nacho kind of emphasized it best. We were looking more of it being like over Doom Tower, right by maybe a little bit more than Nightmare Hydra. Are you guys kind of glad that it's not that stat hungry, especially with like speeds for the builds and stuff like that? Jarec.
Sorry, mate. I was too busy. I was reading the chat. I was just talking to me. Nacho, sorry, pal. What was the question? Sorry.
All right. So the last week we were talking about the stats, right? What it needed for this content that we're going to be facing, what we were expecting, and
Yes.
we were kind of judging difficulty scale about harder than Doom Tower, right about Nightmare Hydra, and that's clearly not what we got. The stats wise, though, the requirements are a lot less. How what do you think about that? Yay, nay?
I'm still waiting for them to tell us that they've made a mistake and hard is normal, and and they're going to switch him back around. Because yeah, I mean, like you said in your video, and I know you said it opens up with 52, and I think if you are coming in at this stage and you've just opened up and you've got a handful of champs like Legos, and they're kind of mid-game, I think you're going to be able to clean up Market Town a little bit, maybe the odd boss. But I think as soon as you try and branch out, you're going to struggle. I think this is definitely still aimed at definitely late game players who have got a massive amount of champions to sort of flick through and are built and can be changed. But it's always good. But it's just nice to have a challenge. Again, being at that level, that's where this game was always good fun. Being a challenge, if you're missing a champ, it gives you something to aim for. Or you're using more of your champions in your roster that you haven't before to try and wangle it. And sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't, or sometimes you just can't do it, and there's nothing you can do about it. They can't cater for everyone. They can't just say everyone gets a chance to do it. If you haven't got the champions, then tough. You're gonna have to come back. You can't always do everything in this game. But I think that so far the rating and level has been spot on. As I say, I've still not reached the top. I think when we get to the top island, there will be a slight increase. I don't think we can just solo the little ads until we get to a boss. But yeah, I think it's been great. I think it's good. It probably still could be a touch harder, but hopefully they'll bring out a nightmare version, and we'll see what happens from there.
Nightmare version, we're going to need all +4s.
Oh, of course, that's fine. We just put a hand in our pocket, and I'm sure there'll be a few packs we can buy to get us there. So don't worry about that.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Jay, what about you, man? What do you think about the stats needed for a lot of these bosses?
I think it's amazing progression. You feel good throughout the way. Like the first is not hard at all. Like it's pretty because you have a lot of champs and the gear. We build our champions really good, right? And then when you get to the middle, you start to realize you're like, oh man, I got the gear, I got the account. do I have the champs? Then you start to think out the box. I'm going to have to build out this epic or this rare. And then when you get to Soul Cross, you're like, dang, I don't got that. Do I have the champs? Maybe I don't have. I'm gonna have to re-gear everyone completely. It's pretty really good. Then you get to Amius, you're like, oh, okay. I got to worry about masteries now. I got to worry about artifact, the accessories. What am I wearing? So things like that. I like it a lot, man. I think they really did a really good job. People are always going back and forth. If you do it too hard, complain, oh, it's gated, it's pay to win game. If they make it too easy, oh man, I need a challenge. But like, no, you can't satisfy everyone. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's really good content. The music's good. They did a really good job. It's one of the best things, in my opinion, so far. Things from Playroom always comes out buggy as hell, or it does maintenance. Shadow Legends, it just came out. It worked for once, right? Playroom actually did a good job, and yeah, if you can't make everyone happy, but honestly, I think it's one of the best things to come. And look how much extra rewards you get after get Carnage. You get even more. I think it's everything we ever wanted in a little pack, and it's going to be upgraded. Right, this is just a hard. They already said they're going to make another version, either extreme or brutal, whatever they call it. There's going to be another one. Yeah. So imagine how hard Soul Cross is. I could just imagine that difficulty going to Cobble Market, and it's as hard as Soul Cross in this hard. That just makes me blow my mind.
Yeah. Like you're saying, Jay, you're saying about the extra content and that you still get rewards after finishing. I really wish that they could go back and do the same thing for Faction Wars. Just, because we're still, surely we're all still running Faction Wars. We're still doing the couple of runs. We're doing 3v3. We're getting the keys. You're doing Faction Wars. We're getting the glyphs, blah, blah, blah. Why can't they just add something in? Or do they think that us winning the stuff in Faction Wars is enough? I don't know, but I think it'd be nice for them to revisit that and just add something on, because obviously we've all gone through it. We've got Lydia. What else can we get out of it? I think just things like that we were constantly running. I think they should just revise as well. Go back and look at.
I mean, you do get some glyphs, but according to Nacho, you get 100 and something glyphs a month from Speed Glyph 6 stars. Which I'm going to disprove. But Gestal, what about you, man? What do you think about these stats?
Yeah, I think they're in a good place. It's a good introduction to kind of this format of where the game is, or where they took the game, or where they took this portion of the game. Having restrictions and then going into, say it was Sand Devil 25 level boss, I mean, they could basically make it to where they restrict it to where the champs would basically make it impossible. So I feel like they kind of need to put it in a place where it's completable, even if you had crazy off champs, but also gives them the ability to kind of step it up to a next slot with whatever, called brutal, whatever it is, whatever it's going to be. It gives them the opportunity to then take it up there after we've gotten more mythical champs, more mythical gear and such. Then maybe we'll be able to take it on at a higher level. So I think it's good. I had a very similar reaction to you. You go in there and those first 8 keys, you're done with it in 5 minutes. You're like, come on. So it's way too easy, but I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense the way they did it now, honestly.
When we found out that this was coming, I was like, crap, I got 20 minutes. Can I call out of work? Because I figured it was going to be that good, that exciting, that I'm going to need to spend that much time. And then it launched, and I was like, well, good thing I didn't call out of work today. Ken, what about you, man?
I mean, you guys talking about it's easy, but BLAZIN there over 5 minutes trying to beat this C bomb arm.
Hey, I'm trying to come up with an easy. Listen, I can put in Duchess and this is over. Okay, I'm trying to do something without her.
Joking aside, by the way, guys, do you guys know which one is harder, the Deadlands or the Plugholm? Because I really don't feel the difference between them.
I think there is no difference between them. They're both pretty much the same.
I wish it's a little bit, let's say Deadlands is going to be harder than Plugholm. Yeah. I wish, because right now there is a Cobblestone. There is not much difference between Cobblestone and the Dead Homes and the Plugholms, and you are straight going to the Strenos, and Strenos is so difficult. I wish it's prepare us a little bit, you know. I wish one of them is a little bit difficult. I think
you get around it from the bottom though. I thought you have to go through Plague Home to go north to.
No, you can go both of the side.
Oh, okay.
You can enter both of the sides. You can skip.
Yeah.
Actually, you have to face one boss on each side before you can exit Cobble Market, but or any one of the other ones. But yeah.
So I think real difficulty there are gonna be limitation, right? A condition. So doesn't matter how weak is the boss. If you don't have a champion to do that, you cannot pass it. I think because of that, they didn't want to scale it very high, you know, because it's gonna be really, really painful for the most of the player. Only gonna be pay to win fest, right? Paywall, like you guys said earlier. So I think they're a little bit scared of that. I always say like this game is not that pay to win, man. Like I see worse game than that. Like worse gacha games, they are selling skin, give you stat bonus, bro. Skin says a rarity, by the way. Rare skin, epic skin, legendary skin. It's getting sexier for more money. But yeah, it's little bit, but maybe little bit, you know, special like a cobblestone, little bit too easy, maybe special hard difficulty. You know, like if somebody gonna be struggle, they can try the normal level, you know, because there is a normal level, normal difficulty. Maybe a little bit scale it up, gonna be much better because on the cobblestone there is also not that crazy condition, you know, especially it doesn't ask you awaken or whatever. It's the another story. There's some awakening floors, yes, optional, but obviously all of us want to beat them. I'm okay with the difficulty. It's challenging for me. Obviously, I'm not a whale. I don't even have any single +1 champion yet, so I'm okay with the difficulty. I'm gonna try. There is no way I can clear all of them, you know. Probably most of us cannot do that, especially this S19, the famous one. But I'm okay, man. Like, I'm happy. I'm so far very positive about this content.
I hope I can clear it. Also, I'm going to be giving away 10 monthly gem packs at the end of this rotation. So for anybody that doesn't know, I put my foot in my mouth and said that I can definitely beat it, and on 2 accounts. So on the first one, if I don't beat it, I will give out 5 monthly gem packs at the end of this rotation. And if I can't beat it on my main account, I will double it and give out 10 monthly gem packs to the community. So yeah.
How to join again?
Unfortunately, it would have to be me logging on and you not being 14.
Oh no. Well, I'll take a bits.
You'll take the bits? Okay. But yeah, you know, we'll have to wait and see. So far, I feel pretty confident on the main account. We'll be good there. The 3 million player power account, that might be a little more challenging and might have bit off a little more than I can go for, you know. So overall experience with this new content, how do you guys feel? Did it meet your satisfaction, or did it meet your expectations? Jarec.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's been brilliant. Oh, huge new area. Really good boss to fight that's requiring a bit of brain power. Loads of different areas that we can go, all non-linear. We can pick the path we want to. We can pick and choose what we want. The double bosses is great fun. And it's the thing, I think it's a fun challenge. It's not necessarily, this is too easy, blah, blah, blah. It's just fun. It's a bit more fun, and it's fun to actually pick the game up now. And the first thing you tend to do now is scroll right, go into the cursor and see where we can get to. You know, and for Raid, it's not really done that for ages. Generally, it's wake up, key, playing boss, get ready, go out, go work. You know, so it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. It's actually been great to get back. Now I've got champs that I'm running Minotaur now for Venom Age and stuff. So it's getting me getting champs that I've not really used in the action. So that's good. It's all good. Okay. Very happy.
Jay,
and it's free. It's not like you had to pay a $5 or £5 or $5. I'm sure there's plenty of companies out there that would, for this sort of size, I'd gladly pay. I shouldn't say it too loud. I might have paid $5, you know, to get this sort of thing. You know, if you play a console game,
Go on
Yeah,
sub
sorry.
now. Go on sub
Yeah.
now from Jarec Gaming. They're gonna start monetizing
It's
every
true, man.
dungeon.
It is.
Jesus, bro.
It's so true. You play a console game, and there's always some DLC expansion pass that and even it might be half an hour's worth of gameplay, and then you're maybe a couple of hours of gameplay and you're done. This is going to be months worth, months and months and months, and it's all free, I guess, to a degree. So yeah, perfect. I can't knock it at all.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
Did Plarium, go good on what they said to us earlier, bigger than Doom Tower, right?
The map is.
Doom Tower, yeah, introduced some new bosses, had 3 rotations. It did change up a lot of, people blew up in the scene, right? Soda Dragon Gaming, other people came up into the YouTube space, from Bommel or maybe like Dark Phase. So it definitely did make the community come up with interesting solo comps and more comps than usually just dungeons and clan boss. So yeah, overall, I think it's really good because when I go on someone's account trying to help them and I say, you should build this, they're like, for what? Faction Wars? They're like, oh, I don't want to get that to 60. I'll get that at 50. I don't mind doing Faction Wars for 22 minutes. And I'm like, okay. And then I'd be like, well, you could use this for Doom Tower. I don't really care. Like, it's just a secret room. Those legendaries are not bad. But now you tell them you need this for also Centranos. They're like, oh, I definitely get to double, triple dip on one champion. I can use it in multiple areas and get good rewards from there instead of Doom Tower. So overall, it's just really good for the game as a whole. They really did a really good work on it. Has a lot of rewards. Has really end game too. So you have to keep doing it. It's not like just Doom Tower. All right, beat all the bosses. What do? I just got to forge for some gear, and then let's see if I get good gear in a few months or whatever. Like it's. I'm not saying it's Doom Tower is not great. It was great, but for its time. But now this is the new, and honestly, I think it's really good. Who would have known building random champs you probably never want to build would actually be fun and kind of sometimes you get comments of people saying like, oh, it's just rehash this, and people can't please everybody, bro. But overall, I think it's actually it is bigger than Doom Tower. And what makes me think is, what happens in a year to 2 years from now? Are they going to put another mythical boss in the middle there instead of Amius? Is it going to be a whole different map? Is it going to? So I'm really stoked and really happy about it. And overall, I think it is bigger than Doom Tower. I like it a lot. And yeah, let's see what goes on in the future.
Okay. Gestal, what about you, man?
Yeah, at first I was gonna say, like, because when we heard there's 100 floors, there's the boss, and I'm like, man, how is this 10 times bigger than Doom Tower? It doesn't really make sense to me. All right, let's see. And then they're like, okay, so there's restrictions, and that's gonna change every month. I think the combinations of the bosses is going to change as well, right? Affinities are going to change.
No, affinities are not going to change. I confirm. That was my biggest question. Is I was like, are affinities going to change month to month? And she's, I believe it was Banana Jam that said no, it's not going to.
Oh, okay, cool. But obviously, if they're changing combinations of the bosses, that makes things different too. So I can see how it's going to be bigger. Now, how many rotations are they going to have? Are they going to be 2 rotations? Are they going to be 5 rotations? How many does Hydra have? 6, maybe? 6 rotations. Maybe they'll do something like that. So that, I think, would say, is it necessarily 10 times bigger or not? I mean, we don't have to, like, hold them to a number, I guess. But if it is, let's say it's 5 different rotations of this, yeah, this is significantly bigger than Doom Tower. And as we've kind of said before, now you're using all your champs. Now there's a reason why you have a vault full of 60 fully ascended champs that you've never used. Here you can use them. I like the direction they went with this. I'm definitely happy with it. I'm having a ton of fun with it. I've been missing a ton of live arena just to do this because I'm having fun with it, man. I'm looking forward to more of it. I hope there's like 6 rotations and not like 2 or 3. I hope it's like a lot of them. So we'll see.
Ken, what about you?
I'm so far very positive about this new content. I remember a couple of weeks ago we was talking about it. Give us some reason to build a world champion, right? This not what I was expected, but I'll take it. It's definitely worth the build to your world champion. Like I said, the reward on this new content is way better than Secret Room, guys. Like Secret Room special legendary champion are totally garbage. Special last one, I'm gonna get him soon, and I'm gonna put him on my vault until one of the condition ask me to use this champion, right? On the new Cursity. I think he can be solid there, but that's all about it. Like it's Doom Tower Secret Room final champion can't be that trash, you know. But overall, I'm so happy about it. The content is working very well. The good thing is it's not costing any resources to you, no energy costing, you know. You have to use your silver key, which is you can get that every day. I'm actually excited to use my silver key every day because I really having so much fun on this new content right now. So overall, super happy. Yeah, happy man. I'm happy.
All right. Well, for anybody that watched my video, you know, at the beginning of the week, my assessment to this was different than what it is now. I'm finding it a little more enjoyable, a little more fun, just because I'm able to challenge myself with another account. It's definitely, I mean, boss wise and stuff like that. I wish that we had done maybe a different bosses, like different mechanics. But you know, maybe that will come with brutal or nightmare difficulty. Hoping. I know they said that that one's coming through, and there's going to be some new changes coming onto it. But they didn't drop us any information about when it's going to happen. Cross out. Unfortunately, Nacho decided to bail on us today, so there is no barbecue. Jarec tried just a little bit, but no competition there.
In the spirit, it wasn't not quite there. No one's as good as Nacho with the barbecue.
Nope. But you know, overall, I enjoy it. I'm having fun with it. It's definitely challenging. And yeah, I mean, overall, I'd give him definitely, you know, from taking a step back and look at it, I give him a 5 out of 5 star rating on this. I haven't yet done a iTunes review, but I may do it after this. Now, Jay, you were the one last week that said you'd have all this done in a week. How's that looking for you?
Well, I mean, so far I haven't had any trouble. And I don't think Iron Twin's gonna give me any trouble. I think the definitely Dark Fae Dragon might have to re-gear 2 champs, but I don't. No boss other than Amius has given me, but I haven't really had a chance to sit there and like hours and hours. I've been on other people's accounts. Will I be able to do it? That's the question. If I can finish it, hopefully soon. But I still have plans for the rest of the week, so it's like. But yeah, overall, could I actually, if I just sat nonstop, you know, and used every key for a whole week straight, I'm almost doing it, right? But getting every single floor, nah. There's 2 stages I know guarantee, even my account from playing as you, that I just can't do. I just don't have the champs. Have you seen the freaking Harima all Shadowkin with Yumeko? I can't do that. I mean, maybe if I get lucky and get multiple stuns, and, you know, stun sets or AoEs, but like, oh man, that's gonna be pretty hard. Then there's another one with like Taras and fucking Harima. I'm like, bruh. I can't just use whatever champions I want. It's specific factions, you know. So it's like, yeah. But overall, yeah. I mean, I tried, but yeah, I think it's really good, man.
Okay. Gestal, you said last week 2 weeks for you to clear this. Are you still going to be on track?
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I've only been doing it on stream, so the last 2 days I just did normal keys, so I could kind of key plays for when I stream tonight. So I don't know if that'll, you know, maybe a couple extra days. The Soul Cross is gonna be tough, man. S1, S2. I mean, it wasn't like it was hard. I fortunately had a lot of the champs already built. I had to throw a little bit of gear, like one piece that may have been taken off them to get through it, and a little bit of manual and stuff, but not you could see where it's going to get significantly more difficult. So I could see where I struggle for on some of these fours for a little bit. Silver might become an issue, man. I've been hurting on silver for months now. I've just been depleted, and I've been trying to run to keep up, and then it's just depleted again. So I might be a little worried about that as well, to be honest. I might just have to run Spider for a day just to get some silver ready for this.
Okay.
So,
Ken, you gave yourself 2 weeks last week, I believe. You think you'll still be on track to take it all out in 2 weeks?
My account? No. I said to the people who can beat it, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's say it's gonna take a 1 week to beat it. They're definitely gonna beat it on 1 week, man. Like I said last week, there is people spend an insane amount of the money on here. They don't mind the build. They probably have every single champion. I'm talking about rare epic champion, 6-star as well, 5-star as well, stuff like that. So they can even beat this annoying S19, right? These stages, for example, they can put their champion in the stun set, I'm pretty sure there is gonna be people gonna beat that on the whenever they reach all of the stages, literally on that day. I'm still protecting that. People already beat the boss whenever they reach it, right? Lots of us beat the boss, some of us is working on it, but yeah. And the boss was the real challenge. And rest of the rooms are just secret room. They just need a condition. They just need lucky on their stun set, and it's done.
Okay. Jarec, what about you?
I've sort of said personally that I think 2 weeks to kind of clear it all, mop up, and then run a bit of normal. But it's just Amius. If Amius goes down, then yeah, I think 2 weeks is probably okay. I've literally just had a look at that room. I've not looked at Soul Cross at all, and yeah, I mean, if I click on that S19, I've got a 6-star Awaken Morag. I've got Fane. Then we've got Steel Skull, Gory. Who's that dwarf? Fodbar, and then it's Nullhorn. We've got a Melda. I've got a few. There's a few champs. I mean, Rockbreaker. I don't know. I didn't even know rooms like this were up there. So yeah, this is good. This is gonna be a good fun one. I can't wait for this one actually. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The level shouldn't be too bad. Double Harima.
It's easy.
Fine.
It's easy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Just
so yeah.
we got some whales here that have 2 Harimas that could probably take this wave on.
I cannot use them.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
No. Gestal just has the mythicals you want. The guy above him, he's the one with the double Harimas.
All right.
All right. So, any advice for anybody out there that's looking to take some of these stages on? Obviously we're going to have to spend a lot of resources to build champions and stuff like that. What advice do you guys have quickly for anybody out there who's looking to push into this content? Ken, let's go with you first.
Don't push, just enjoy. Obviously use your key every single day. If you feel like you are stuck, don't do like I did on a couple of days ago on the stream. Don't do 8 hour non-stop on the boss, just switch to you don't have to switch to the difficulty obviously, but go different path, because I just want to beat him that day because I rebuilt some champion and I took a gear from my arena champion, and it was tag team arena coming, so I have to give them back. So that's why I really want to beat him that day. But again, if you feel stuck, just go different path, bro. There is lots of alternative. And if you also feel stuck in every path, just go to normal difficulty. But use your key every single day because you cannot get extra key. So.
Okay. Gestal, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to do more of a free-to-play account. You need to get as much done as you can, get more to get the resources. You may not necessarily be able to complete all of it, but definitely hit every single one you can. There might be ways to loop around difficult areas and such. So for sure, use absolutely every key you can. But you have a month to do it. and it's there's no energy, you know, as we said earlier. So it's like just yeah, like go at it, you know, put a half hour in each day and try and get as much in as you can. Do 10 minutes a day. Do, you know, whatever it is. Like my free to play account, like I'm not going crazy at all because I know there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to clear all the content. So if I don't use 4 keys one day, really not the end of the world because you know, likely, you know, the last week or two I probably can't use any and I don't even jump in there. So yeah, I would say just do the best you can with it, have some fun.
Okay. Jay, what about you?
So overall, like for new players, I would just say, you know, look for a list of good champions. You know how like people make like top rares, top epics. Well, you're probably trying to push towards faction wars and eventually doing maybe normal Doom Tower. So you might want to, you know, build champions that give you a little good of double dipping, right? Where you can use it here in faction wars, it can help you get your Lydia, but at the same time you can use it in faction wars. But then if you're slowly pushing Centranos, you might be like, wow, I've heard this is a top 10 rare or top 10 epic that everyone's building. Maybe it's going to be really good for Centranos as well. And so you're getting huge value out of your champions. Then when you get to like late to end game, you're like, wow, I can use this champion in Hydra now. So it just stacks and stacks. You don't have to waste more resources that way so you can progress faster. So I would definitely go check out from your favorite content creators a top 10 list, rares and epics, you know?
Way to plug yourself, Jay. Way to plug yourself. Jarec, what about you, man?
I'd say talk to Jay. Seems to know. No, man. Personally, I think that, well, not just this, but in the whole game itself, know your limits. You if you're the game in free to play, right? You can't do everything at once, and you're not going to be able to push through this stuff. You might be able to jump in on normal, nick a few rooms if you're lucky, blah blah blah. But focus on faction wars. Collect all the champs you can. Don't feed any champs ever, until you know if they're proper stinkers. I mean, and again, like BLAZIN was saying, most CCs will be able to tell you there's tons of best rare videos, best epic videos on YouTube. Watch through those, and if your champ comes up, even then necessarily, don't always feed it. Just again, hold everything as much as you can, because there will be champs in there that you can build and use. As I said, like with BLAZIN, he's just done Banshee, soloed stuff. And she is amazing for Clan Boss, and she's helped me out loads in the early days of Clan Boss. But now, obviously, she's sitting in the vault collecting dust. Never going to use her. But now he's done that, it kind of gives you a bit more inspiration to bring stuff out. So if you're new to this, don't rush it. Focus on faction wars. Focus on getting good gear, getting your certain champs level up to 60, getting through your campaign, and building up your roster. Once you've done that, then you start branching out to these areas. And just jump in and out. It's a bit of fun, see what it's like. Don't stress out and enjoy the game. But remember, there's more to life than a mobile raid game. Go out, touch grass, speak to your friends, see your family.
What?
Don't worry about all that.
There's more to raid?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the revolution begins. Yeah. That's it. I mean, that's it. Just take
Is
it
there
chill.
anything outside?
Don't stress. Apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah, as for myself, guys, the biggest advice that I could say is when we all put out the videos, obviously resources are scarce, right? Being free to play, low budget, whatever it is. Wait for the content creators who are out there trying to, do their job to figure out some of the comps and stuff like that, and then see whether, that rare, just like Jay was saying earlier, is going to be able to be double dipped into different content, right? You don't want to build one champion just for this. Granted, it may get you a little bit behind progression, but if somebody else can double dip the points, that you're going to use for this along with, faction wars as opposed to just this, then I'd say, go with the champion that you can get the double work out of, right? Don't just sit out there and waste your resources. And that's kind of one of the things that I'm doing before I put any of these guides out is I'm looking at champions that, can we build these champions and use them somewhere else? Because if we can't, then, great, we put the resources in for this, but this rotation he works, next rotation he might not work, right? Or she might not work. So the resources are very valuable, even though Centranos does give us some solid resources back. Just don't rush it. Wait for it to come out. And like Ken was saying, if you can't beat hard, go to normal, So, guys, where can everybody find you streaming or, channels? Jarec?
I'm currently just on YouTube at the moment. I'd love to start streaming, but I don't really have the time. But you can just catch me at Jarec. If you can just search for Jarec Gaming YouTube or just at Jarec at YouTube. I've said that about 6 times. YouTube, if not on YouTube. You can get me on YouTube.
Where can they find you on Twitch or just YouTube?
Just YouTube. I do have a Twitch account, but I just barely use it. I should do. So I'll have to show me how to work it.
We'll do a one-on-one class like we did with this last time.
Cheers, man.
Jay, where can everybody find you, man?
On Twitch, JRStar3, and on YouTube as well. Same name.
Okay.
On YouTube.
Gestal, where can everybody find you? Can they find you on YouTube?
On YouTube, Gestal Gaming, Twitch as well. And the website, gestal.gg, updates are almost done. You guys are going to like them. And you're going to especially like it because of the new content.
Okay.
Nice.
Ken, where can everybody find you, sir?
FinalKenpachi, both YouTube and the Twitch, same name.
Okay. No OnlyFans?
I mean, I have a comment, but it's a Rick video, never gonna. So.
All right. Shout outs, guys. What do we got today? Let's start with Jay.
Oh shit.
My shout out's gonna go to Soul Saint. A new addition to like someone who's serious, came out outside from Raid. Always played it, but he's taking it a little bit more serious now, streaming it. Definitely a good addition, chill person, and he's also has a really good stream setup as well, and very engaging for everybody. I'm gonna give a shout out to Soul Saint, one of the Twitch streamers here.
Okay, he's also an official Raid content creator too. I did link his YouTube channel earlier. Make sure you guys do go follow him. He's about, I think it's like 350 subs away from his 1K mark, which is huge for a content creator on YouTube. So if you guys have a second, go on over, give him a follow there. Well deserved. Gestal, who do you have for a shout out for me, sir?
Yeah, Soul Saint's the man. Definitely a great shout out. I'm going to shout out Arcamelli. Arcamelli is, he's been starting to stream recently. Awesome dude. He's been in the community forever. So go over there, support him on the Twitches. My man, Arcamelli.
Okay. Jarec, what about you?
Hey man, this is just for my boy Jarec Gaming Jr. He helped me out on some sharp pulls over the weekend, and he's currently watching in the other room on the phone. So he's probably one of these guys at the minute.
Little guy.
One of the 29. So hey buddy, thanks for that. Love you. They loves you. Get to bed. And that's it, man. Yeah, he's great. He's great, man. Everyone keeps funny. All the comments kept saying, "Oh, you should get him in more often." I was like, well, maybe I will. Maybe I will. See how the views go. I'll have to look at the analytics first.
My son's been wanting to. My wife's like, no. Ken, what about you?
I don't get a choice. He just walks in. I'm like, oh, hello, mate. Come in.
Ken, what about you?
I like to shout out to Jarec Gaming. He's making content on the YouTube channel. He's very close to official CC, hopefully. And his birthday is coming close. Hopefully they are gonna accept soon.
It's today, mate. It's today.
Oh, it's today. Okay. Happy birthday.
Are we ready to sing happy birthday?
That's why I'm here.
2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right.
Wow.
Well, also,
happy birthday.
Also, Gestal GG actually. This website gonna be so popular, guys, in right now because of the new content. in the new in the in-game filter system doesn't show you champion you don't have, right? For example, condition you need a world champion. It has to be epic and spirit
Kenpachi
affinity, right?
gets it, brother. Kenpachi gets it. Thanks, man.
And you can do that on the Gestal GG. You know, you can search the champion by their rarity, their affinity, their faction. So if you are like, oh man, this champion can help me, you know, you can see him and you are maybe gonna pull him and you are gonna be, I'm definitely not gonna feed you because I will definitely gonna use you in here. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So my shout out's gonna go to actually my son because funny story, we were at Wendy's getting lunch a couple of days ago and he had $5 and they had the Frosty keychain where if you donate $3 for I believe it was like the Children's Hospital, they give you a little key card and you get free Frosties for a year. So I'm going to shout him out for two reasons. One is because he did something to help somebody else out, right? So he's learning that value. And two, he realized a really good deal. $3 for a Frosty for free for a year? Like, come on.
Me and Ken are like, what's a Frosty?
It's like a soft serve ice cream.
Okay.
But he gets free as many as he wants every day. So that's a hell of a deal for $3. And to realize that at an 8-year-old stage,
is that keychain now on your keys? Yeah.
You know, and even he actually bought one for his sister too. So double kudos for him on that. So before I do let everybody go though, Roro Zero, thank you very much for the follow, sir. I appreciate it. I don't know why my isn't working. My Nightbot isn't working, telling me any of the follows, but I do appreciate anybody who did follow the channel. I hope that the new content over the over the next couple of weeks still stays fresh. A lot of people are saying that it's either going to make or break raid, right? And we really don't know what's going to happen yet. Hopefully it makes it because it's definitely getting enjoyable. But for anybody over on YouTube, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Knights of Teleria. For everybody over on Twitch, we appreciate you guys very much. Thank you again for staying your 2 precious hours with us and listening to 5 guys behind a camera talking basically nonsense. Ooh, I feel. But for everybody over on Twitch, we're going to be rating over Mr. Rugreezy, who's another fellow content creator out there. He was on the channel a couple of weeks ago. Make sure you guys go show him some love there. And as always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. We'll catch you guys next time.